So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Deontay Wilder announcing that he will be back in the ring, and this time he will be taking on his opponent Tyrrell Herndon. Now this fight is scheduled for the 27th of June. Now this is the second time this year I'm doing a video like this, because prior to this video, Deontay Wilder was meant to be taking on a Curtis Harper in April the 26th, but for some reason that fight got cancelled. I don't know exactly why, but the fight was cancelled. But anyhow, he's back. So that's the thing now. So Deontay hopefully should be back 27th of June. Now this fight will be fought in America. And it's his opponent wise, this Tyrrell Herndon. I've not heard of this guy before, but he's got a record of having 29 fights in total, with 24 wins and 5 losses on his record. 4 of his 5 losses have been KO losses as well. So I'll scroll through on BoxRec just to go through some of the names that he's been in there with. Out of his 24 wins, he's got 15 KOs as well. So overall, around 62.5% according to BoxRec, KO percentage wise. And he's 6'3" in height, and he resides in Texas in the United States. He's 37 years of age, and his actual amateur record wise, he only had 25 bouts, winning 19, losing 6. So yeah, he hasn't really had a lot of amateur experience, but he's had quite a few professional bouts. Now, in terms of this Tyrrell Herndon guy, rankings wise, according to BoxRec, it's crazy. 283 in the world. So yeah, he's not ranked well. And in terms of America standards, he's the 67th best American heavyweight. Yeah, so I don't feel as if Deontay Wilder has anything too scary to kind of be fearful about in terms of this opponent. But looking at his record, Tyrrell Herndon, now as you scroll down, he's won his last 3 fights, and then he lost one, which was in 2023, the back end, against Richard Torres Jr. So some of my viewers should know who he is. Good prospect currently. Torres Jr. 12-0. At the time when he took on this Tyrrell Herndon, he was only 6-0, and obviously he knocked out Herndon in 2 rounds, or technical knockout, I should say. But yeah, it seems to be as well, because he lost back in 2019 as well to a Corey Barlow. Never heard of this guy. And he got TKO'd in 1 round. So yeah, so it seems to be when he's kind of took on anyone of any half decent opponent, I should say, he's lost. Yeah, so that's quite interesting, to be fair, just looking at his record. He's fought as well Brandon Glanton. Now, some of my viewers should have heard of this name, because this guy's fighting against Chris Smith as a cruiserweight. So that fight against Chris Smith is scheduled as well. So scheduled for the 26th of April, and that's going to be on the undercard of Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. as well. So again, he lost to Brandon Glanton, the guy that I was just talking about, in 3 rounds. He was disqualified as well. Tyrrell Herndon. He also fought F.A. Ajagba back in 2017. And that was the first round loss as well. That was F.A. Ajagba's debut, so that's quite scary. In his first fight, first round, he knocked him out. So yeah, just looking at his record, you know what I mean? Anytime he's kind of stepped up against a good name or a good opponent or someone coming in there to win, he's lost. So depending on what Deontay Wilder has left in himself, I think he, you know what I mean, if it's Deontay Wilder of old, someone who's confident, motivated, ruthless, he should win quite comfortably. First round knockout quite easily. because he would just go in there. As soon as he lets his hands go, that should be too much for this Tyrrell Herndon guy. However, we haven't seen Deontay Wilder since, you know what I mean, the Zhilei Zhang loss, and prior to that, the Joseph Parker loss as well. So they're two big losses back to back, especially the Zhilei Zhang one, because he looked a proper shell of himself. He just didn't look comfortable from the bell. Literally, as soon as that bell went, he just looked really uncomfortable. So if that's the Deontay Wilder that we're going to get in this fight, then maybe this Tyrrell Herndon guy could probably take him a few rounds. Maybe the latter part of the fight, maybe Deontay Wilder could probably get him out there. If he doesn't get him out there, maybe the judges will probably give it to him, depending on if he looks busy in terms of just letting his hands go, because we know that Deontay Wilder isn't the most skillful of boxers. I think most average boxers should outbox someone like a Deontay Wilder. It's just his power that's been the main issue in terms of people that he's fought against, because you could be winning 11 out of 12 rounds. You could be literally in the last 30 seconds of the fight in the 12th round, and bang, he would catch you and knock you out, sort of thing. And you've won every single round, every single minute of every round, and he's just put your lights out. And that's the old Deontay Wilder that we know. So it's going to be difficult. I hope it's the old Deontay Wilder that we've seen in the past, because if it is, then I firmly believe that Deontay Wilder could still have something to offer the heavyweight division. However, yes, this opponent, this Tyrrell Herndon guy, isn't ranked great. 283 in the world, 67 in America. His rankings are not there, so rebuild him up. Feed him some bums, as some people would say. Do you know what I mean? To give him that confidence, give Deontay Wilder that confidence, let him let his hands go, let him get some KOs on his record again, and then potentially step him up gradually. And I think this year, 2025, should just be that. I don't feel as if he needs a massive fight this year, but his promoters and management will want one. But I feel as if he steps up in terms of opposition from, let's say, this guy to someone in the top 15, I think that's a bad choice. I just think Deontay will lose all day long, because he's not the Deontay of old. But I think if you give him a few of these puddings, or bums as what they would probably say, build his confidence, then who knows what that could do to Deontay Wilder, because boxing and sport in general is a confidence thing. When someone's on top of their game and they're playing well or doing well or whatever in their sport, they're going to perform well, they're going to be well, they're going to mentally, spiritually, they're going to be at a different level to what other people are. And then that could hopefully build and be a better competition overall. But yeah, these are just my thoughts. I don't feel as if this opponent has anything serious to offer Deontay Wilder, regardless of him being on a 3-fight winning spree currently. But it just depends on what Deontay Wilder we have and what we see. But for me personally, it's good to see him back in the ring. The fight is quite late in the year, so it's in June. So realistically, most boxers these days only fight 2 times a year. But if you fight in puddings or people like this, you could possibly get out 3 or 4 fights a year. Because let's say he gets a first round knockout, and then he fights someone similar or just a little bit more up the rankings, and he beats him within 2 or 3 rounds, and he fights someone up a bit more in the rankings, and he beats him in 2 or 3 rounds again. You could easily have, from this part of the year, easily have, let's say, from 2 to 4 fights quite comfortably, providing you don't take any damage, providing you don't get injured, and providing it's easy fights to make as well. But these are just my thoughts in regards to Deontay Wilder potentially being back. As I said, this is the second video I've done this year regarding Deontay Wilder. He was meant to be out in April the 27th, I believe it was, or 26th. But that got postponed, so this is his latest opponent. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. How do you see this opponent? How do you see Deontay Wilder coming back? Is it something that you want to see? Or do you just think he's finished, he's done, you don't really care about Deontay Wilder no more? For me, personally, I'm going to leave you with this. I think if it's the old Deontay Wilder, he's exciting. Regardless of his limited boxing ability, he's exciting. But we just need to see that Deontay Wilder. As always, guys, please subscribe and comment. Leave your thoughts. Bless.